Now I'll come back to our topic, which is getting started with JavaScript. Now, if you want to get started with JavaScript, 3 years or 4 years back, if you had a trainer or a tutor or any mentor, what they would say is you write some file, a JavaScript file with an extension of .js, and then put that put the link of the file in a script tag of an HTML page, and then run that HTML page in your browser, and then go to the console, open the F12, or right click and inspect element, go to console, and you will be able to see your JavaScript code, right? If I'm not wrong. But things have changed now. You don't have to run things on browser. I can run it on a command line tool, which means I can run it outside of browser with the help of Node.js. You just have to install Node.js. Okay, so that is clear. Now I'll go to my code editor. So I hope there is no doubt in this Node.js and V8 engine.
Oh, yeah, I have a question.
Yes,
Yeah, as you told that Node.js is a runtime environment.
correct.
So when we download Node.js,
Huh.
we actually download V8 engine
Yes,
in Chrome.
yes.
Means V8 engine does not come pre-downloaded with Chrome.
No, no, no. See, okay, I'll just clarify it again. So Chrome is a browser which can does a lot of functionalities, right? Other than running JavaScript, it can render your HTML page, it can render your CSS files, it can show even images, or it has some extensions. So out of all those functionalities, in order to run JavaScript, it has something called JavaScript engine, whose only and only role is to run JavaScript for you. Okay, what Node.js is, it only takes the V8 engine which is in the browser, or the JavaScript engine which is in the browser, and take that code and make a package which is called Node.js. It doesn't take the entire browser code. Browser has a lot of other functionalities which a lot of other codes are doing it, but it only takes the JavaScript engine out of it, and then it comes as a package, or it comes as a software which you install as a Node.js. So for your question, you are saying that it doesn't come inbuilt. No, it comes inbuilt, but when we install Node.js, we are not installing a browser. We're installing the JavaScript engine that is running on Chrome. Okay, every browser has a different JavaScript engine, by the way. They could have taken SpiderMonkey also, because SpiderMonkey is the JavaScript engine that runs on Firefox. But Riandel thought of taking V8 because V8 is super fast. It is written on C++, so he thought of taking V8. So when you install Node.js, you are actually installing V8 engine.
Okay, Bhaiya. And Bhaiya, I also have a question that our browser renders all the HTML and CSS files.
Yes,
But how does it render? What means how does it render the files?
that you have to go inside of browser coding. So there are it is there are again some sort of different coding which takes HTML as an input, and it shows it. So why is it that when we type H1, every browser shows that as the highest heading, right? Because there are certain
Yes.
rules, and also with CSS, there are certain rules that everyone has to follow. Even if you want to come up with your browser, and then you have to follow certain rules, so then people would use it, because they would not want to see putting H1, and in your browser the H1 is the smallest. Okay, so that is what browser stuff is, that is inside of browser coding. You don't have to go in that. If you someday want to build a browser, then you can like learn those stuff.
Means we are when we do inspect elements
Hmm.
in browser,
Yes.
there if we modify something, then after reloading the page, it again disappears. Means the
Yeah,
original
obviously.
content gets rendered.
Yeah,
Means
obviously, because
it works like that.
yeah, obviously, because it's whatever we do in inspect element, that's a temporal thing. That's a temporal change that we can perform. That's why we don't want uh, to write our JavaScript code in such a way where it has some vulnerability. Because if some user is very smart or very clever, what he can do is he can open the inspect element, run some JavaScript code from itself, and that can really mess up our code. Maybe that can really send request as our user to some other client. Okay, so we don't want to do that. If he wants to run JavaScript, he can, but it will only affect his system, because that is temporal stuff. Even if he changes some HTML, then that is temporal. He can only do it in his system. It will not be affected if Rohit is running that code, or if Dayanand is running that page. It will not get affected there, right? So that's why it is just temporal. We are not saving that. Okay. Okay, so now I'll just go to my code editor. I use VS Code, and I think everyone is like familiar with VS Code because it's like one of the most popular text editor right now in the market. And by the way, it's also built on JavaScript, VS Code. It is built on Electron JS, which you can code using JavaScript. So I'll just change my screen. Okay, is my screen visible? VS Code.
Yeah.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay. So since we have some beginners as well in this lecture, so I'll just quickly go with those topics. So we'll talk about what are the different ways we can declare variables in JavaScript. There is not just one way. There are like multiple ways, and also there are caveats in that. So we'll discuss about that, what you should do and what you should not do. Okay. We'll talk about some data types that's there, and again, this is very different from some other programming languages. We'll talk about an operator called typeof. We'll talk about variable scoping. This is a very interesting and one of the most important topic in JavaScript. If you go for an interview, most probably this is the topic that the interviewer is going to ask you if you are going to join as a fresher. Then we'll see the different ways to define a function. We'll see what are the falsy values in JavaScript. Okay, this is also very interesting. And we'll see the comparison operator. Basically, this is something I posted in the group. If string of 5 double equals to 5, then what would be the result, right? True or false? So a lot of people said that it would be true. Some said that it would be false. So in JavaScript, it is different than Python. So, and then I'll talk about my guidelines for someone who is getting started with JavaScript and what you should not do at all. Even it is true for people who have been writing JavaScript, but they are not, they have been ignoring all this. So I'll just quickly go into that. I'll create a file called script.js, and I'm not going to run it on browser. I'm going to run it on my terminal only. So what are the ways to define a variable? Okay, I think people here have some programming background, so they knows what variables are. So in JavaScript, there are four different ways. Okay, four different ways. Yes. Number one way is I can use a keyword called var, and then I can say my variable name. Let's say uh, my name, and then I can give a assign a value into it to it. Okay. So this is one way of declaring a variable. I can do it in this way, or I can do in this way as well. I can use a keyword called let and then my variable and then the assignment of the value. Okay. Or I can do using const, or I can do just by typing nothing. I can just give the name of the variable and then uh, that's it. Okay. So this is the four ways I can declare a variable in JavaScript. What is the preferred way? If someone who has been already coding in JavaScript can tell me, which one is the preferred way?
The second and third.
Yes, correct. Who was that? Roshan.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Second and third is the preferred way. Now we'll talk about why is that. Okay, we'll talk about what are the differences our code will behave if we write all this. If we type using var, if we type using let, if we type using const, or if we just don't give anything. So that is what comes under variable scoping. Okay, which we'll talk after some time. Variable scoping. So now let's go to the different next topic, which is the different data types. So we can use string. So this is a string. I can have a number, let's say. I can have boolean. Boolean is true or false, and this is the way you type boolean. Okay, true, false, all in small. And I can have null. Null basically is when you know that this value doesn't, this variable doesn't hold any value, to give it null, right? That is the way. We can have objects, we can have arrays. Objects are nothing but this one, which is dictionary and Python, if someone is coding in Python. Basically the concept of object is different from Java than in JavaScript. Okay, in Java or in some object oriented programming language, objects are nothing but instance of a class, right? So when you instantiate a class, that's what your object is. But here, anything that you do inside of this curly braces, if you're declaring a variable and you're assigning this is your object. Okay, and then we can have array. Arrays have basically, you know, those indexes 0 1 2 3 4, which is basics of programming. I'll not go into that. Or we can have undefined. Okay, undefined. Now what is this? So as the name suggests, so JavaScript is a little tricky. Okay, this is, it has some bad designs into it. Like while the designer was designing JavaScript, they just implemented some bad designs out of, I don't know what. But undefined is something which means that nothing has been defined to this variable. All right, if you want to sometimes say that no assignment has been done to this variable yet, then you just define undefined, right? But don't ever do it, please. If you want some variable to hold nothing or no value, then please use null and not undefined, and I'll tell you the reason why in a second. And then we have nan. Nan is basically, okay, I'll just ask the full form of nan to Roshan or to Rohit. Rohit.
नैन मतलब अर्थ मतलब न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यूज को शायद नैन वो करता है इसकी फुल फॉर्म मेरे को याद नहीं आ रही बट ये न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यूज जो होती हैं जैसे 1 2 3 4 5 6
ओके।
अगर हमने मतलब न्यूमेरिकल इंट करके रखा है जैसे फ्लोट इंट वगैरह करके रखा है तो अगर मान लीजिए आप एक स्ट्रिंग पास कर देते हो जैसे कि अल्फाबेट्स पास कर देते हो या कुछ और पास कर देते हो तो एन एन हमें एरर आता है तो नैन का एक्चुअली नैन का मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा और
ओके,
नैन को
करेक्ट।
न्यूमेरिकल
So
अनडिफाइंड ऐसे ही कुछ करके आता है इसका फुल फॉर्म नॉन करके पता नहीं याद नहीं आ रहा
not a
मेरे को
number,
बट न्यूमेरिकल में आता है
not a number. So
हाँ
nan
नॉट अ
meaning
नंबर
not a number. So
हाँ
basically, if we are trying to have an operation on a number and a string, and that operation can't be performed between those two different data types, then what you will get is not a number. Okay, so basically we are saying that, hey, subtract 5 from my name Shubham, 5 minus Shubham. So is that possible? uh, JavaScript will be like, there is no way I can do that. What do you mean? So you just throw not a number,
नॉट
nan.
अ नंबर
Okay, what it should do is it should throw an error. Again, bad design principle, but that's how it is, and it will just give you not a number. So anytime you see nan, you just have to realize that you did something bad. But there is a caveat. Now I'll just show you how. Okay, so I'm in console right now, console of developers tools. I hope the screen is visible. I'll increase the font. Ah. So this is one more place where you can just directly code JavaScript. Okay, so like for instance, if you want to test some code, you can just right click on your screen in the browser, click on inspect, and then go to console tab. Like there are elements tab, sources tab. Just click on console tab and you can write JavaScript into it. Okay, so this is just like a terminal, JavaScript terminal. So I said that when you try to perform operation between numbers and strings, then it will throw nan, correct? So which means that if I try to do, let's say Rohit, because he has to answer this, plus 10, what will happen? if I do Rohit plus 10, I'll not type it because then Chrome will show me the answer.
NaN.
Okay. So does anyone else wants to give it a try? Ayush, if you have coded in JavaScript before.
Not sure.
Okay. Roshan,
Yeah.
yeah.
Miss,
If I
can
do,
you repeat the question?
yeah, I have a string Rohit on the screen.
Yeah.
If I add 10 with it, what will be the result?
It will either give NaN or it will concatenate Rohit 10 times.
It will only do one. I mean, it
I'm
will
not
not do
sure.
either or. It is a computer. It will only do one thing. So which one will it do?
It will concatenate Rohit 10
Okay.
times.
It will concatenate Rohit 10 times. Okay. It will concatenate Rohit 10 times. Let's see. Rohit plus 10. What is the result? The result is Rohit 10. It is not a NaN. It did not concatenate 10 times, but instead it concatenated Rohit and 10 and came up with a new string called Rohit 10. Okay. So what
वो
happened here?
पार्सेंट वो पार्सेंट यूज कर लेते तो एरर दे जाता ना सर.
Yes, correct.
देन उसको नंबर डिफाइन हो जाता कि ये एक न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू है, ये एज अ
And I
स्ट्रिंग नहीं
cannot
लेता
pass
इसको.
numerical value to as I cannot
या
pass a string to a numerical value.
या
So what happened is, okay, I'm sorry, this error came
And
because of team.
and Bhaiya,
Yeah,
Bhaiya, what will happen if we multiply 10 with Rohit?
okay. If we
It will
multiply
concatenate.
if we multiply 10 with Rohit, then it will give what you expect to give. Okay, now I have
Okay,
a
Bhaiya.
question for you. What if I want to subtract? Okay, minus 10. What if I want to do Rohit minus 10? Because we did Rohit plus 10, we got Rohit 10. We try to multiply, there is no way to multiply. We got NaN. What if we want to do Rohit minus 10? Is there a way to do it?
यू आस्किंग मी सर.
Yes, yes, asking.
या रोहित -10. आई थिंक अनडिफाइंड वगैरह का एरर आएगा, क्योंकि ये जो हाइफन आपने लगाया, मतलब माइनस का सब्ट्रैक्ट का जो साइन लगाया है,
Hmm.
ये इसका प्रॉब्लम आएगा. मतलब एग्जैक्टली मेरे को नहीं मालूम, बट ये कॉन्कनेक्ट तो नहीं होगा, बट यहाँ पर कुछ एरर आएगा, मतलब इतना मुझे
कुछ
श्योर.
एरर आएगा, ठीक है. किसी और
या
को कोई गेस देना है? आयुष.
Ideally, it should not let like negative minus is not an overloading operator. Not sure with JavaScript.
Okay. Anybody wants to give it a try? Lalita.
Sure.
एरर आएगा. ओके. सो रोहित, ललिता बोल रहे हैं एरर आएगा. एंड आयुष इज सेइंग दैट
Well, I think again it will be NaN.
okay. So Roshan is saying that it will be NaN. And the correct answer is yes, it will be NaN. See, it is the only case that when you try to add a number and a string, you will not get NaN or an error. By the way, this is not an error, okay? So please don't confuse NaN as an error. So Rohit, you said that error आएगा, गलत. If Ayush had said the same thing, error आएगा, गलत. Error नहीं आया. It's not an error. It's actually a valid data type in JavaScript. So what it gave is NaN when we try to do anything other than addition. Only for addition it converts, which is called type conversion. It converts this integer 10 to string 10. Like, when JavaScript says, oh, I have a string and I have a number, can I add a string with a number? No, I can't. Can I add a number with a number? Yes, I can. But there is no way I can convert a string to a number, right? So why not I convert a string to a string? I mean, why don't I convert a number to a string? Because I can add strings with string. So it converted 10 to a string, and then it concatenated this two and gave us a new string. So this is again a bad design principle. So yes, don't do this, but it can happen. So this is the nan. Okay, so we talked about the nan operator. This is what the nan is. Now I was saying about something called undefined, right? So we have one more operator called undefined. I'll just clear everything. Why you should not use undefined? Like if I were to say that, hey, I have a variable called my name, all right, and I don't know what value I should give to it, then I have two ways. Either I can say that my name equals to undefined, or I can say my name equals to null, right? I can either say my name is null or undefined. Why would I don't want to set the value to undefined? The reason being, this is how the design of JavaScript is. Okay, you just have to keep this in mind. Whenever you are declaring a variable, whenever you are declaring a variable in JavaScript, if you are not assigning anything, then by default it is getting an assignment of undefined, which means my name has no value, right? So if I try to, that's Chrome running on strict mode. Let me just do that. Yeah. So my name has no value. If I try to print the value of my name, what I will get is undefined. Okay, like my name, the value is undefined. Did I assign undefined to it? I did not. That's the JavaScript did for us. So this is the help sometimes JavaScript do, which we don't even want, right? Like basically you're saying, hey JavaScript, we don't want this help, but it will just do it for you anyway. It will assign something, and what it will assign is undefined. So that's the reason why you should never manually define a variable with undefined. Okay, because what uh, the other coder might have think, right? Let's imagine there are 5 people working in a project, and everyone is handling each section of the project. You just coded something and you defined something like this: var my name equals to undefined, where you wanted to say that I am expecting some value of my name, right? I'm expecting some value of my name, and I have already declared it, and I've assigned undefined to it. Now what will happen if some other coder runs the file? What you will see is, in the console or in the application, that my name, the value of my name is undefined. So there can be two scenarios, right? Number one is either the coder himself assigned undefined to it, or the JavaScript compiler assigned undefined to it. Which one is true? So in order to know that, he has to go into the code and check which one is true, which is really bad. So that's the reason why we don't want to assign undefined to it, unless you have a very good reason for that. All right. If you just want to assign like nothing to that variable, just assign null. So then the other coders will so that, okay, this is null, which means now I can assign some value into it, because someone already have done the assignment. So I hope this is clear about all the different data types. So we have undefined, what you should not do with undefined. We have null, we have integers, as you have seen, we have strings, we have then what are the other operators we saw? Arrays and objects. We didn't see examples of arrays and objects. We'll come to that later on. And these are the data types. Okay. Now let's go to the nodes again. And I'll talk about another operator which is called type of. So basically this type of operator tells you what is the type of the variable. Like for instance, if I give my name, var my age, all right, let me give my age 100. If I give type of my age, then what it says is the type of the value that this variable is holding is number. Okay, the type of the variable is not number. The type of the value that this variable is holding is number. I hope you got the point. Now if I had given a string, then it would have given me string. If I had given like object, it would have given object, right? there is one more thing which you need to take care. If I give type of nan, which is nan is a I was thinking that I will not type everything so that I can take a guess, but already JavaScript showed it. So if I give type of nan, what I am getting is it's a number. Like, can you imagine that? Is this something that one should know or not? Rohit, have you come across an example where you had to do type of something and you got number where actually the value was nan?
Not a number. No idea, sir. Actually,
So,
like
like
so.
programmatically, forget about JavaScript. Just think logically. Is this something you can digest with?
Yeah, can you repeat your question, sir? एक
My
बार.
question is, nan टाइप ऑफ एक ऑपरेटर है जो कि एक
हम्म,
वैल्यू का क्या टाइप है वो हमें बताता है, राइट?
वो बताता है, ठीक है.
सो जब मैं माई एज करता हूँ, जब मैं कोई नंबर का टाइप बोलने बोलता हूँ तो ये बोलता है कि नंबर है। ओके, स्ट्रिंग का ये
हाँ जी.
स्ट्रिंग बोलता है, लेकिन जब मैं बोलता हूँ कि नैन का बोलो, जबकि नैन का डेफिनेशन क्या है कि ये नंबर नहीं है राइट? सो जब मैं बोलता हूँ कि नैन का टाइप बोलो, what it gives me is
हम्म,
number. So this is something
नंबर.
one has to be very very cautious, and ये बहुत टाइम्स इंटरव्यूज में पूछा जाता है, सो प्लीज बी केयरफुल. दे कैन गिव यू अ टास्क लाइक दिस, योर नेम, लेट्स से तुम इंटरव्यू पे गए तो वो बोलते हैं रोहित -5, एंड वो बोलेगा कि टाइप ऑफ, बोलो उसका क्या आएगा. रोहित -5, तुम्हें पता है
टाइप
कि
नो.
ये तो नया आने वाला है, और तुम्हें पूछ
हम्म.
देगा कि टाइप ऑफ
बट
क्या है, तुम कभी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करोगे कि इसका टाइप ऑफ क्या आएगा, नंबर आएगा ओके.
या
सो
तो सर ये हो सकता है वो लेट करके चलता हो, मतलब कि ये नंबर तो नहीं है, मतलब कैसे बताऊं मैं
नहीं, ये एक
आपको.
डिजाइन फ्लॉ है जो कि जब इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया था जावास्क्रिप्ट, तो तभी उन्होंने इस तरह का डिजाइन बनाया जो कि बाद में उन्होंने रियलाइज किया कि इट वाज अ फ्लॉ एक्चुअली. एंड नाउ देयर इज नो वे टू चेंज इट, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे करोड़ों करोड़ों कोड चल रहे हैं बहुत सारे वेब पेजेस पे, और अगर उन्होंने चेंज कर दिया ये, तो फिर तो सारा ब्रोक हो जाएगा, राइट? सो नाउ देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन गोइंग बैक एंड चेंज इट, देयर इज नो वे. सो दिस इज जस्ट अ डिजाइन फ्लॉ. ओके, टाइप ऑफ नैन इज अ नंबर. नाउ
डिजाइन फ्लो. ओके.
टाइप ऑफ ऑपरेटर अपना हो गया. नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट वेरिएबल स्कोपिंग. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट, वेरिएबल स्कोपिंग. सो आई जस्ट चेंज माय स्क्रीन. सो मैं आ गया अपने VS कोड पे, एंड आई हैव माय script.js. सो this is where I left, that we will talk about variable scoping, and we'll talk with this knowledge that we have learned. These are the 4 ways to define a variable in JavaScript, right? I can use var, let, const, or I can give nothing and just run it. Now, what are the differences between them? Like, what is actually the difference? Because all are just defining a variable, right? So the differences is, so before talk about differences, let's talk about function in JavaScript. I hope people are like clear with function. Function is nothing but your name of the function. Let's say add, and this is a function, right? So this is how a function looks like in JavaScript. You give a keyword function and then give the name of the function, and then your function block. So what this differences is, when we assign a variable with the var keyword, okay, like if I do this, then the scope of this variable, the scope of this variable is function scope. Now I'll explain what this means, okay, don't worry. I'll explain what scope is, I'll explain what this two lines are. So basically this is how you type comments in JavaScript. Okay, this is single line command. If you want to do multi-line command, then this is how you do multi-line command. 1 second. ठीक है, so ये पूरा command block है. So this is how you do multi-line command. This is how you do single line command. So जब मैं var करके when I declare a variable with var keyword, then the value or the variable lives in the function that is it is in, which means that if I declare the same thing inside of my add function, I can access the value of my name anywhere inside the add. I can access it here, I can access it 100 lines below, I can access even a function declared inside of this function. I can access even here. Okay, यहाँ भी मैं access कर सकता हूँ my name को. Okay, sorry. सो फंक्शन स्कोप का मतलब समझ आ गया कि जब मैंने एक वेरिएबल को फंक्शन, आई होप एवरीवन इज कंफर्टेबल विद हिंदी, लाइक सभी को हिंदी आती है ना? इफ समवन इज नॉट
हाँ भाई,
ओके
आता है.
ओके ओके. तो जब मैं कोई वेरिएबल को फंक्शन के अंदर डिफाइन करूँ यूजिंग द वार कीवर्ड, तो उस फंक्शन ब्लॉक में कहीं भी मैं उस वेरिएबल को एक्सेस कर सकता हूँ, इवन उस ब्लॉक के अंदर अगर एक और फंक्शन भी डिफाइंड हो तो. सो सिंस ये फंक्शन इस ब्लॉक के अंदर है, तो मैं माई नेम को इसके अंदर भी एक्सेस कर सकता हूं. ओके, अभी एक क्वेश्चन मेरा, माई एज मैंने इस फंक्शन के अंदर डिफाइन किया जिसका वैल्यू है लेट्स से 100. नाउ कैन आई एक्सेस माई एज हियर? क्या मैं माई एज को यहाँ पे एक्सेस कर सकता हूँ?
अच्छा, हाँ कर सकते हो भैया.
ठीक है, तो मैं क्या करता हूँ ना, मैं कुछ प्रिंट करने की कोशिश करता हूँ टू टेस्ट कि किसका गेस कितना करेक्ट हुआ. ठीक है, सो प्रिंट करने के लिए हमारे एक फंक्शन है, वो है कंसोल लॉग. सो आई जस्ट ट्राई टू प्रिंट कंसोल लॉग वैल्यू ऑफ माय नेम इनसाइड इनसाइड फंक्शन. ठीक है, यही चीज मैं करूंगा यहाँ पे. वैल्यू ऑफ माय एज इन ऐड फंक्शन, राइट? ये फंक्शन का नाम है ऐड. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली जब मैं इस फंक्शन को रन करूं, ये बस फंक्शन डिक्लेयर हुआ है. ठीक है, ये रन नहीं होगा अपने आप. रन करने के लिए हमें फंक्शन का नाम लिखना पड़ेगा, विच मीन्स दैट आई हैव टू टाइप ऐड एंड देन आई हैव टू गिव दिस. सो दिस मीन्स दैट फंक्शन कॉल. तो मैं फंक्शन का नाम ऐड लिख रहा हूँ एंड देन उस फंक्शन को कॉल भी कर रहा हूँ, विच मीन्स एनीथिंग दैट इज इनसाइड दिस फंक्शन विल गेट रन, विल गेट एग्जीक्यूटेड हियर. ओके, मैं इन सबको अभी कमेंट कर देता हूँ. सो राइट नाउ वी जस्ट हैव दिस थिंग, वी जस्ट हैव अ फंक्शन जिसके अंदर एक वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर्ड है माय नेम, जो कि मैंने एक्सेस किया एक और फंक्शन के अंदर, और उस अंदर फंक्शन के उस इनसाइड फंक्शन के अंदर मैंने एक और वेरिएबल को डिफाइन किया माय एज, जो कि मैंने एक्सेस किया या जो मैं एक्सेस करना चाह रहा हूँ उस फंक्शन के बाहर, लेकिन ऐड के अंदर. ओके, एंड सारा डिक्लेयर्ड है यूजिंग वार कीवर्ड से. सो या ओके, सारा डिक्लेयर्ड है यूजिंग var keywords. ठीक है, सो I'll run it on my terminal, and to run this on the terminal what you have to do is ये मेरा फाइल का नाम है script.js। इसको मैं थोड़ा शिफ्ट कर देता हूँ, सॉरी क्लियर नहीं है यहाँ पे, ठीक है। सो if you have node.js installed, then you can run a javascript file using node space and then your file name. Okay, my file name is script.js, right? So I'll do node space script.js. Okay, so Roshan has already given his guess that we'll be able to access value for both the variables. So what about Rohit?
सर माई एज एक्सेस नहीं होगा
Okay,
सर। इनसाइड फंक्शन के अंदर आपने डिक्लेयर
डोंट
किया है
डोंट
तो
डोंट
उसको आप
एक्सप्लेन मत करो अभी। तो तुम्हारा गैस ये है कि माई एज एक्सेस नहीं होगा, ठीक है। एनीबडी एल्स जो कि क्लास में है, लाइक शिवम?
I think it will be able to access, but value will not be initialized.
Okay, it will be able to access, but value will not be able to initialize. Anybody else wants to give it a try? Like, what will be the uh, value for this function call, and what will be the value for this function call? Okay, let's just try this then. Okay, let's just try this. So I'll run using node space script.js, and look what I got. I got an error, but not for both, right? For one second. Um, okay. मैं इसको कॉल करना भूल गया। ओके, बट एनीवे व्हाट आई गॉट इज आई गॉट एन एरर। एरर ये है कि माई एज इज नॉट डिफाइंड। Okay, basically we are not seeing console log for this line is because I have to call this function as well. Okay, so what will happen is जब मैं add function को call करूँगा, so then it will run this line first and then it will define a function but it will not run it because मैंने इस function को कभी call नहीं किया। Okay, a function call सिर्फ रूट या पेरेंट फंक्शन को ही कॉल करेगा, उसके अंदर भी अगर कोई फंक्शन है तो उसको अपने आप कॉल नहीं करेगा। वी हैव टू मैन्युअली कॉल देम बाय writing their names and then calling it. Okay, so we have to manually call them just like this. So since I have not called this function, so that's why we are not seeing this console log, but that's okay. ये लाइन पे जब वो आया, then it is saying that hey, my age is not defined. Why? इज दिस बिकॉज कि मैंने इनसाइड फंक्शन को कॉल नहीं किया? बिकॉज जब मैंने इस फंक्शन को कॉल ही नहीं किया तो इसके अंदर जो भी कोड है वो सब भी एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा, करेक्ट? वो सब भी एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा, विच मीन्स दैट मेरा माई एज कभी डिफाइन होगा ही नहीं। सो माई एज उसको वैसे भी नहीं मिलने वाला, राइट?
हाँ भैया।
So what should I do? I should call this function. Okay, I'll call this function and then I'll take those. See who got it right. So now I'm calling this function, ठीक है? So मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, सबसे पहले ये वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर रहा हूँ इस फंक्शन के अंदर। तो सबसे पहले ये काम होगा कि वो माई नेम वेरिएबल को डिक्लेयर करेगा, उसका उसमें वैल्यू शुभम असाइन करेगा। उसके बाद वो ये फंक्शन को रजिस्टर करेगा। ओके, इट विल जस्ट रजिस्टर इट, इट विल नॉट रन इट। ओके, नाउ मैं इस फंक्शन को रन भी कर रहा हूँ, तो इनसाइड फंक्शन को मैं रन कर रहा हूँ, तो वो इनसाइड फंक्शन के अंदर जाएगा। अभी वो माई नेम का वैल्यू को चेंज करेगा। सबसे पहले वो शुभम था, अभी उसने 10 कर दिया, या लेट्स से इसको अभी हम नहीं करते हैं, तो माई नेम अभी भी शुभम ही है। उसके बाद वो वैल्यू ऑफ माई नेम वो इसको रन करेगा, तो इसका कंसोल लॉग आएगा। उसके बाद वो क्या कर रहा है, वो डिक्लेयर कर रहा है एक और वेरिएबल माई एज 100 एंड देन वो इस फंक्शन से बाहर निकल रहा है, विच मीन्स दैट ये लाइन हो गया हमारा खत्म। एंड देन हम नेक्स्ट लाइन पे जाएंगे जो कि है कंसोल लॉग। सो यहाँ पे मैं माई एज को कंसोल करने जा रहा हूँ, जो कि यहाँ पे डिफाइंड हुआ है, मतलब इसके लाइन से पहले यहाँ पे डिफाइंड हुआ है, राइट? सो सबसे पहले मुझे ये दिखना चाहिए बिकॉज ये वाला फंक्शन पहले रन होगा, बिकॉज वी आर कॉलिंग इनसाइड फंक्शन फर्स्ट, एंड देन मुझे ये दिखना चाहिए। सो आई जस्ट क्लियर माई कंसोल अगैन। ओके, आई जस्ट क्लियर माई कंसोल अगैन एंड आई रन node script.js एंड आई रन इट एंड लुक व्हाट आई गॉट। मुझे ये दिख गया, वैल्यू ऑफ माई नेम इन इनसाइड फंक्शन इज शुभम, मतलब ये वाला कोड तो रन हो गया, राइट? लेकिन जब वो इस लाइन पे आया व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ माई एज, जब वो इस लाइन पे आया, सॉरी, देन उसने क्या कर दिया, उसने एरर थ्रो कर दिया ये कहते हुए कि माई एज इज नॉट डिफाइंड, रेफरेंस एरर, माई एज इज नॉट डिफाइंड, लाइन नंबर 24. Basically, reference error means JavaScript doesn't know where is my age. He's saying that,
अनडिक्लेयर्ड वैल्यू सर, अनडिक्लेयर्ड वैल्यू जो होती है वो
yes,
रेफरेंस एरर में।
correct. He's saying that I'm not able to find any variable which has been declared with the name of my age. But we just declared it in the previous line, right? मैंने इनसाइड फंक्शन में my age को डिक्लेयर किया, उसके बाद मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि hey, just print my age for me. But it is not doing it. Why?
रिटर्न करा देते तो शायद प्रिंट हो जाता, मैं
Okay.
इसको रिटर्न करा दो।
Is it because of the function scope that variable is in the function scope?
Yes. Who said it?
Are you sure?
Ayush. Okay, perfect. Yes, you got it. It is because of the function scope, my friend. Because जो भी हम वेरिएबल डिफाइन करेंगे var कीवर्ड से, वो उस फंक्शन के अंदर रिसाइड करेगा. It will only be accessible inside of that function. So, if we want to access it outside of it, we cannot. Even if बाहर भी एक और फंक्शन के अंदर हो हम, we cannot access it outside of that function. सो यहाँ देखो डिफरेंस, देखो माई नेम को हमने इस फंक्शन के अंदर डिक्लेयर किया, और जब मैं इसको यूज कर रहा हूं तो वो फंक्शन भी इसी के अंदर है, राइट? इट इज अ चाइल्ड ऑफ दिस पेरेंट फंक्शन. सो पेरेंट्स कैन पास थिंग्स टू चाइल्ड, करेक्ट? सिंपल टर्मिनोलॉजी में पेरेंट्स कैन पास थिंग्स टू चाइल्ड. तो पेरेंट्स ने जो भी वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर किया वो चाइल्ड को एक्सेसिबल होगा. बट व्हेन चाइल्ड डिक्लेयर्स इट, ये चाइल्ड है इनसाइड फंक्शन, व्हेन द चाइल्ड डिक्लेयर्स इट, द पेरेंट फंक्शन विल नॉट रिसीव इट, बिकॉज इसका जो स्कोप है, मतलब इसका जो लाइफ है, वो सिर्फ इसी ब्लॉक के अंदर है, वो सिर्फ इसी फंक्शन के अंदर है. ओके, तो मैं माई एज को यहां तो यूज कर सकता हूं, अगर मैंने ये कंसोल लॉग यहां मार दिया ना, तो मैं यहां तो यूज कर सकता हूं इनसाइड ऑफ माई एज, बट मैं इसके बाहर यूज नहीं कर सकता. दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ वेरिएबल स्कोप. गॉट इट? एनी डाउट हियर? रोशन?
मुझे डाउट नहीं है, मगर ऐसा कभी होता है कि जो वेरिएबल, जो पेरेंट फंक्शन है, उसको इनर फंक्शन के वेरिएबल का एक्सेस मिलता है और उसका डेटा का भी।
हाँ, पेरेंट को तो मिलेगा ही ना, पेरेंट को तो यहाँ भी मिल रहा है. पेरेंट कौन है? ऐड है, और ऐड
हाँ,
ने इस वैल्यू को डिक्लेयर किया, तो जो इसका चाइल्ड फंक्शन है उसको तो मिलेगा ही एक्सेस, क्योंकि वो डिक्लेयर पेरेंट के अंदर है. लेकिन जो चाइल्ड है वो
नहीं
क्या
भैया,
करेगा?
पेरेंट को अपने चाइल्ड के वेरिएबल का
अच्छा
एक्सेस मिलता है।
अच्छा, ओके.
हाँ,
अगर पेरेंट को इसका एक्सेस करना है तो फिर वो कैसे करे, राइट? So let's come to our whiteboard now. We'll talk about scoping in the whiteboard. So I'll just go to the whiteboard again. Okay, I'll just clear everything. Okay, so this is my whiteboard, and I've created a rectangle. So let's say this is my function, and the name of the function is, let's say, top most function. ठीक है, ये इस फंक्शन का नाम है. अभी इसके अंदर मैंने एक और फंक्शन बनाया जो इस फंक्शन के अंदर रह रहा है. इसका नाम है, लेट्स से, इनर फंक्शन. मैंने इसके अंदर एक और फंक्शन बनाया जिसका नाम है इनर मोस्ट. लेट्स इनर मोस्ट फंक्शन. ओके, नाउ from the knowledge that we have just gathered, any variable that is declared, just change the color here, will be accessible everywhere, right? Here also, here also. But if a variable is declared here, then it will only be accessible in here. It cannot be accessed in inner function. It cannot be accessed in topmost function. But Roshan's question is, if we want to access that, what is the way? Can someone with a simple programming knowledge or with a simple logical sense, can someone say that what is the way? If I'm declaring a variable here, what is the way I can use it
Yeah,
outside of?
we can return the value.
Yes, one way is we can return the value, right? One way is we can return this value, and now whoever is calling it will get the value inside of it. Correct? What is the other way?
By using late or const.
No, 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 not latter cons. मैं उस concept पे अभी आया नहीं हूँ, and that is also not the answer. So what is the other way कि मैं value यहाँ तो define करूँ और मैं return भी ना करूँ, लेकिन मुझे यहाँ मिल जाए, मुझे यहाँ मिल जाए. Can anyone think of that approach? It is not just confined to JavaScript. It is just a simple programming concept.
Like a global variable, but I think it will still shadow. If I'm
Yes,
getting it right.
you have started with the perfect terminology called global variables. All I have to do is just make it a global variable, right? I mean, global variables कौन है? The variables which the entire code can use it. Those are global variables, correct? Like variables declared here are global because ये भी use कर सकता है, ये भी और any piece of code which is here, they can use this variable. These are global variables. So one way is whatever value I declare here, I just have to make it global. And there are two ways, depending on the platform you're in, to make values global. If you're in browser, if you're in the browser, and if I want to make it global, then I have to simply attach this value to the global namespace. Okay, namespace is a programming terminology. I have to simply assign this value to the global function if something like that exists. राइट, इमेजिन करो ये फंक्शन तुमने डिक्लेयर किया, टॉप मोस्ट फंक्शन, जो कि सबसे ऊपर रह रहा है, मतलब तुम्हारा स्क्रिप्ट डॉट जेएस में ये सबसे ऊपर है. क्या ऐसा भी कोई फंक्शन है जो कि तुमने डिफाइन नहीं किया लेकिन वो ग्लोबल फंक्शन है? एक्चुअली देयर इज, एंड दैट्स हाउ जावास्क्रिप्ट रन्स इट. व्हेन जावास्क्रिप्ट विल रन योर फाइल ना, this portion, this entire white portion is what you call it as global object. What do you call it as? Global object. एंड इसको एक्सेस करने का तरीका है, इसको हम यहां से भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, यहां से भी, यहां से भी, कहीं से भी हम इस ग्लोबल ऑब्जेक्ट, मतलब इस ग्लोबल रेफरेंस को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. वी कैन एक्सेस दिस ग्लोबल रेफरेंस फ्रॉम एनीवेयर इन द कोड. नाउ सिंस वी हैव एक्सेस टू द ग्लोबल रेफरेंस, so we'll just attach a variable with that global reference. It will become global, simple, isn't it? So in browser or in a browser environment, the global variable or the global object is called Windows object. I think you all have like used it, right? Window dot add event listener, definitely you would have used it, right? So the global object is the window object, so anything that we attach to this object will become global automatically. So if I, instead of doing var my age equals to 100, I remove var and attach this with the window object. How do I attach it? I just give it a property, window dot my age equals to 100. Okay, if I do this, now I can access my age outside of this function, which means I can access it here. But hey, I cannot run this function in my Node.js environment because this is not a browser environment. ये window जो है ये available कहाँ होता है? Browser में होता है, which means that I can run this in the browser. It will work fine. So let's run this in the browser. Okay, we'll just run this code in the browser and we'll see the changes. सो यहीं पे मैं F12 दबा देता हूँ. Is the console visible?
नो सर.
ओके, डेवलपर टूल विजिबल नहीं है क्योंकि ये एक नया विंडो पे खुल गया. सो दैट्स ओके. Okay, so we are in the dev tool now. So it is visible, correct? Can you see I'm typing something?
Yes.
I'll just paste the entire piece of code here, okay? So I'll not call the function as of now. So let's try to understand what this code is basically doing. We have a function called add. Inside of this function I have declared a variable with var keyword, which means that ये add के अंदर कहीं भी accessible है, and I have used it here also, right? My name. Inside of again उस add के अंदर एक और function है, and there I declared one more variable called my age, but I have attached this variable with something called window, and it is a global object present by default whenever you are running something on the browser. You don't have to declare it window equals to an object, okay? It is present by default. So there I just attached this one, and then now I can simply access it here. Let's see if this works. So I have to call add function. So I'll call this and see what happened. So, so see, value of my name if inside function is Shubham, तो my name तो access हो गया. Value of my age ये भी access हो गया, and then इसके बाहर ये भी access हो गया. ये तो अंदर वाला था ना, ये अंदर वाला था, ठीक है. दिस वन इज द इनसाइड लाइन, तो यहाँ तो एक्सेस होना ही है, बट इसके बाहर भी एक्सेस हो गया. इनफैक्ट ये यहाँ भी एक्सेस हो जाएगा. आई कैन जस्ट टाइप माई एज, सी, बिकॉज इसको मैंने ग्लोबल बना दिया. आई जस्ट मेड इट ग्लोबल. Okay, in the Node.js environment, there is a different way to do it. In the browser environment, the way to do it is you have to, attach it to window. But in the Node.js environment, you just have to uh, attach it to something called global, global. So that's what the global object for Node.js environment. Okay. So
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ, या
हाँ सर, वेर को बार बार डिक्लेयर कर सकते हैं? मतलब मान लीजिए आपने वेर को अगर ऊपर डिक्लेयर कर दिया, माई एज को ग्लोबली डिक्लेयर कर दिया, मान लीजिए फंक्शन से भी ऊपर डिक्लेयर कर दिया
ठीक है,
माई एज को, ठीक है.
ठीक है.
देन उसको अगर इनसाइड फंक्शन में दोबारा से डिक्लेयर करके तो एक्सेस हो जाएगा ना सर? नहीं होगा?
यस, ऑफ कोर्स. अगर मैंने माई एज को वैर से डिक्लेयर किया बाहर में, तो मैं उसको
हम्म.
अंदर कहीं भी यूज कर सकता हूँ, प्लस उसको मैं अंदर कहीं भी चेंज भी कर सकता हूँ. आई कैन जस्ट से माई एज इक्वल्स टू सम अदर वैल्यू, एंड उसका वैल्यू असल में चेंज हो भी जाएगा. ओके. So that's why. So that is the one reason why whenever you are programming, you should not declare global variables. Like you should not, unless and until you know what you're doing. Just for the sake of declaring a variable, never ever declare it in global variable, because very easily someone can change it by mistake or by intentionally, and your entire code will mess up, and you will never know what is the issue. Okay.
लूप होल हो गया सर ये तो एक.
Yes.
ग्लोबल करने से लूप होल हो गया,
अच्छा
पकड़
भैया,
लिया.
हाँ.
जो माई जो हम लोग डिक्लेयर किए वेरिएबल इनसाइड फंक्शन के अंदर,
Yes.
पहले उसको पहले डिक्लेयर कर दे अगर वैर से, और उसके बाद विंडो डॉट माइज लिखे तो होगा?
तो भी चलेगा, तो भी कोई
तो
चेंज नहीं
चले.
होगा इस कोड में.
ओके भैया.
ओके. क्योंकि जब हम var से कर रहे हैं,
हाँ
तो एक्चुअली हम इस फंक्शन के अंदर बना रहे हैं, राइट. अगर मैंने
हाँ
इस
भैया.
फंक्शन के अंदर var से बनाया, तो मैंने इस फंक्शन के अंदर के लिए बनाया है एक वेरिएबल. लेकिन जब हम विंडो में कर रहे हैं ना, तो एक्चुअली मैं एक नया वैल्यू अटैच कर रहा हूँ एक ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग वेरिएबल पे, जो कि है विंडो, जो कि है ग्लोबल. समझ गए ना?
हाँ
तो जब
भैया.
मैं यहाँ एक्सेस कर रहा हूँ, वो यहाँ से ले लेगा.
ओके, समझ गया.
ओके. सो यस, सो एज आई थिंक रोहित सेड कि ये तो एक लूपहोल हो गया. सो इस लूपहोल को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए अलग सिस्टम आया हुआ है एंड जिसका है लेट एंड कॉन्स्ट, जो कि हमने अभी देखा, राइट, लेट एंड कॉन्स्ट। अभी हमने डिक्लेयर किया किससे, var से। व्हाट आर द अदर वेज टू डिक्लेयर इट, यूजिंग लेट और यूजिंग कॉन्स्ट। now we will understand properly the actual use of let and const, just because we have run this example. If I had done the same thing using let, okay, let's just have the same function. So I have the same function again, but I'll just change var here to let, and no change anywhere. So now I'm doing few changes. Instead of declaring with var, I'm declaring with let. What let does is, let is block scope. What is let? Let is block scope, ठीक है। फॉर इंस्टेंस ब्लॉक स्कोप समझने के लिए, लेट्स से हमारे पास एक फॉर लूप है, फॉर आई इक्वल्स टू 0, आई इज लेस देन 5, आई प्लस प्लस, ठीक है। I have this loop. Now what I want to do is, I want to run some code here, and after running this code, the use of I is over, right? The only use for I was to iterate this for loop. After my for loop block is over, there is no use for this I, because मेरा iteration खत्म हो गया, मेरा for loop खत्म हो गया. What would I do with the I? Nothing, right? No. Just imagine if I just try to access I here. Okay, here मेरा for loop हो गया खत्म. I'm trying to access I here. Value of I equals to, what is it? Value of I is 5. Is it a good way of coding? No. It's not a good way of coding, because the whole purpose of this I was to run this iteration, and after the iteration was over, it was supposed to not even exist in the memory, or it was supposed to not even at least be referenced. We should not be able to reference it at least outside of this, correct? So what would I do in this case? If I had written using var, would that will that make any change? Can someone say?
No, भैया, it will not make, no, it will not make sense.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, so if I run it with the var, then there is no change. So what is the other way? The other way is to
Use of
use,
late and late.
yes, correct. The other way is to use let. Okay. Now if I declare it using let, then let is block scope. Remember, var is function scope, and for is not a function, by the way. Okay, for is not a function. So anything I'm declaring here is kind of like global only. Okay, it is kind of like global only. So if I do it using let is block scope, so it will only stay inside of this block. Okay, it will only stay inside of this block. So if I do the same thing, it is actually taking this var, so I'll just declare it using j. Okay, now if I run it using let, what it will give me is j is not defined. Okay, because I have declared it using let, and let is block scope. So I can access this j inside of here, inside of the for loop, but I cannot access it outside of it. So this is the main purpose of introducing let when var was already present. Okay, so this is the difference it makes. It makes a lot of difference actually, because the for loop, we use it so many times in our day-to-day life, right? So many times we use this where we don't want to access all these junk variables. You can call them junk or dumb variables, because there is no point of having them outside of this for loop. So then we can use let here. Now let's come back to that concept where he was saying, Rohit was saying that it's a loophole, right? Like anyone can just change my global. Someone entered e-learning classes. I don't know who is this e-learning classes. Hello. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, so the loophole was, if someone has declared if I have declared some global variable, then anyone can access it, which means anyone can change it. I don't want to do that. I don't want anyone to give that permission who can change my global variables, right? So the only way to do this is using const. Okay, so the same thing I can do. I'll just paste the function here. Oh, why can I paste? Yeah, I'll just paste the function here, and instead of declaring this with var, I'll declare this with const. Okay, now to see what happens. Will I be able to access my name inside of this function? By the way, const is also blocks code. Okay, const is just blocks code, just like let, but with minor differences, which I'll explain. So will I be able to access my name inside of this function? Because previously I was declaring with var, now I'm declaring with const.
जब कॉन्स्ट डिक्लेयर किया है तो आप तो सर उसकी पहले तो वैल्यू चेंज कर नहीं सकते।
तुमने स्पॉइलर क्रिएट कर दिया। हाँ, ठीक है, करेक्ट। मैं इसको चेंज नहीं कर सकता। विल टॉक अबाउट दिस लेटर। सो माय क्वेश्चन वाज कि क्या मैं माय नेम को इसके अंदर एक्सेस कर सकता हूँ?
Yes, भैया, we can do.
Okay, so Roshan is saying that we can access. Anybody else?
It's technically inside the block.
Okay,
या
so
आयुष, yes,
Ash is
आयुष,
saying
yes, please.
we'll be able to access because technically हम inside the block है. Is it? Okay, Lalita, can you give a guess? Will I be able to access my name inside of this function? Hello?
सर माय नेम को आप एक्सेस
Okay,
नहीं कर
Lalita
सकते।
is saying that it's a global variable.
एज अ पैरामीटर आपको पास करना पड़ेगा सर माय नेम,
Oh, sorry.
पहले इनसाइड फंक्शन के अंदर।
अच्छा, ओके, सो तुम बोल रहे हो कि एज अ पैरामीटर मुझे पास करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे, लाइक माय नेम, एंड देन मैं इसको एक्सेस कर सकता हूँ। इज इट?
या सर।
ठीक है, ललिता, जस्ट गिव अ गेस।
We can.
वी कैन, ओके, शी इज सेइंग वी कैन। ओके, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मुझे कोई पैरामीटर से इसको पास नहीं करना है, एंड आई विल बी एबल टू एक्सेस इट। लेट्स रन दिस, and I'm actually am able to access it, but the error is different. Okay, this is not a reference error, by the way, it's a different error, and the error is assignment to constant variable. By this error only हम गेस कर सकते हैं कि माई नेम यहाँ पे एक्सेसिबल है, बिकॉज उसको पता है कि ये वेरिएबल ऑलरेडी डिक्लेयर्ड है एंड वो एक कॉन्स्ट है, राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ वी नो। नाउ कांस्टेंट कब काम आता है? व्हेन वी डोंट वांट the value for that variable to ever change. That is what the meaning of constant is, right? Constant. So if we try to ever change the value of a variable which has been declared with const, it will simply throw us the assignment to constant variable type errors. Okay, so this is the loophole that you were saying, right, Rohit? This is how we can solve the loophole. बेसिकली जो भी तुम वैल्यूज को डिफाइन करोगे ग्लोबली, उसे कॉन्स्ट से डिफाइन करना, इफ यू नो दैट इट इज नेवर गोइंग टू चेंज, एंड देन अगर कभी भी चेंज करना हो तो उस कॉन्स्ट को चेंज करके लेट कर देना, बट डोंट यूज वार अनलेस यू नो व्हाट यू आर डूइंग। अनलेस यू आर श्योर कि यहाँ मुझे वार ही चाहिए, डोंट सिंपली यूज वार, ऑलवेज यूज लेट, एंड इफ यू नो दैट दिस वैल्यू विल नेवर चेंज, यूज कॉन्स्ट। ओके, यहाँ पे कुछ कुछ कैवियाट्स हैं, लाइक व्हेन you are working with an object, how will that reflect if you are using Latin const, which we'll talk in an advanced class. We'll not talk in a basic class, but so this is how the different ways we can assign or we can declare a variable in JavaScript using var, let, const. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Any doubt? यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट है?
Just one question, Shubham. So is it not like the for loop itself should ideally be like a scope in itself? I mean, a function in itself. I'm sorry.
For
I
loop is
mean,
not a
the,
function.
it's not, but okay. I don't know how to classify. It's a special construct, but just trying to understand like the
Yes, that's
variable
how
should not
the
spill
language
over out.
was defined.
Okay.
Okay, so you see, the way I call a for loop or any other function is same, right? I give the name for, and then I call it using a parenthesis, right? And then I declare the block. But it is not a function. Okay,
Yeah, I get it. It's not a fun. Just was wondering that like this that rule could have been applied here, but I think that's not the case.
yes. So I'll just shift my screen, and next we'll talk about some false values in JavaScript. Okay, false values in JavaScript. False values means kya? If we try to print it, it will just give me false, right? Truthy and falsy, and that is very helpful, right? Like, hey, if something is true, then only do this. So this is how you can do an if else condition in JavaScript. I'll just show a simple demo. If this, else that. Now how this if else condition works, ये if जो है ये एक कंपैरिजन लेगा, मतलब इसके अंदर आप जो भी डालोगे, जो भी वेरिएबल डालोगे या जो भी आप इसके अंदर ऑपरेशंस डालोगे, अगर उसका आंसर मतलब अगर उसका रिजल्ट अगर आपने यहाँ फंक्शन भी डाल दिया ना तो भी चलेगा, ठीक है? मतलब मैं यहाँ लिटरली एक फंक्शन भी डाल सकता हूँ एंड आई कैन रन दैट फंक्शन तो भी चलेगा, बट बेसिकली व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज कि यहाँ मैं अगर कुछ भी डालूं एंड द रिजल्ट कम्स आउट टू बी आइदर ट्रू और फॉल्स, ठीक है? सिर्फ दो ही चीज होगा कि इफ कंडीशन उसको दो ही केसेस में कंसिडर करेगा, या तो उस रिजल्ट को ट्रू मानेगा मीन्स इट्स अ ट्रूथी वैल्यू, और उसको फॉल्स मानेगा मीन्स इट्स अ फॉल्सी वैल्यू। अगर ट्रू है तो वो इसके अंदर जो भी ब्लॉक है उसको रन करेगा एंड इसको कंप्लीटली इग्नोर कर देगा, एल्स के अंदर जो भी है उसको कंप्लीटली इग्नोर कर देगा एंड इफ को पूरा का पूरा रन कर देगा, ठीक है? इट इज वेरी हेल्पफुल इफ एंड एल्स, राइट? एंड अगर ये फॉल्स आ गया यहाँ पे, सो देन वो एल्स को रन करेगा, सो मीन्स इट रन्स when result is false, it runs when result is true, and I think this is same for all the programming languages, correct? So the reason why मैंने इसको यूज किया यार, इसका मैंने इस सेशन में जिक्र किया, because there is something a beginner do and there is something an intermediate or an advanced JavaScript programmer does, and that is how do you evaluate this actual if condition, ठीक है? लाइक फॉर इंस्टेंस अगर मुझे चेक करना हो इफ 5 इक्वल्स इक्वल्स 5, तो इसका क्या रिजल्ट आएगा? इसका रिजल्ट आएगा कि ट्रू आएगा, करेक्ट? 5 इज इक्वल्स इक्वल्स टू 5, तो क्या रन होगा? ये वाला रन होगा। एक और तरीका क्या है कि मैं इसको डायरेक्ट कोई ऐसा ऑपरेंड दे दूं जो सीधा ट्रू या फॉल्स ले ले। फॉर दैट पर्पस आई नीड टू नो ऐसा कौन कौन सा वेरिएबल्स है या कौन कौन सा डेटा टाइप्स है जो कि फॉल्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, ठीक है? सो लाइक फॉर इंस्टेंस अगर मैंने ये दे दिया, लाइक एक नंबर है 1 एंड मैंने ये प्रिंट करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, सो कंसोल लॉग इट इज अ ट्रूथ, इट इज अ ट्रूथी, एंड इसके अंदर मैं करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ इट्स अ फॉल्सी, तो इसका आंसर क्या आएगा अगर मैं इसको रन करूँ तो? कैन समवन से?
True.
ये वाला रन होगा, राइट?
It
इट्स अ
is.
ट्रूथी,
It is. Yeah.
yes, it's a truthy run होगा। Why? Because hey, I have given it a number And basically what JavaScript thinking is, okay, it's a number, means everything is okay, no problem. So let me just go ahead and run the if condition, right? Now, what if I give it 0? It's also a number.
False.
Roshan is saying false. Ayush.
False it should be, but
Okay, so your
false.
guess is false. Rohit.
It is if one is represent true, then zero is represent false.
Okay. Then Lalita. Sorry, can you repeat that? Did you say false?
Yes, sir, false.
Okay. So everyone is saying it is a false, right? And that's correct. It's a false. But just try to understand it. 1 is representing true, 0 is representing false. What about I give something which is not even 1 or 0? What if I give it like 100 or 150? Which one will execute first?
Any number except 0 is true.
Okay, that's the point.
True.
Okay, it's a true. Now, what if I give some other data types? Let's talk about some other data types. Okay, what if I give my name, or let's give Lalita name because she gave the last answer. What if I give this? What will be the result?
True, bhaiya. It will go in the if condition.
Okay, it's a truth. So everyone is saying truth, right?
Yes, bhaiya, true.
It's a truth. What if I give an empty string? What will be?
False. It will be false.
It will be.
It will go in else part.
It will go in else part. Okay, so then it's a false. So got it? 0 false. Empty string false. Let's talk about something more. Let's talk about undefined. What about this?
False, bhaiya.
Undefined should be false. Yeah. If 0 and empty string is false, then makes sense.
Undefined is also false. What about null? Sorry.
Null
So null is true because we are assigning the value after, मतलब इसको यूज करने के लिए हम वैल्यू असाइन कर सकते हैं. ये हमने बता दिया है कि उसको वेरिएबल को, मान लो वेरिएबल हमने कोई डिक्लेयर कर रखा है और उसके साथ नल डिक्लेयर करना, नल हमने असाइन कर दिया, तो दैट से हम उसको बता रहे हैं कि देख तेरे को वैल्यू आने वाली है, यानी कि नल नल का रिप्रेजेंट करता है कोई वैल्यू आने वाली है तेरे को. और
Basically मतलब
अनडिफाइंड
तेरे
जो
पास
होती है
अभी
वो
कोई वैल्यू नहीं है, right?
नहीं. या
So which means it's a false. Got it? So these are the falsy values in JavaScript. Just you have to know this. Okay, why you have to know this? Because let's suppose तुमने कोई if condition लगा दिया and तुम expect कर रहे हो कि वहां कोई string आएगा. What if वो string empty आया? Let's suppose तुम expect करो कि वहां first name आएगा, ठीक है? And let's say उस बंदे ने first name दिया ही नहीं, तो ये empty है. What will happen then? Basically you should run your if, right? Because you are expecting कि first name होगा ही होगा. It will always be a string, so it should always run if. Value नहीं है, that's a different case. So in that case you should know that empty string, if अगर in case first name empty आ गया, so then what will happen is it will run the false, which you don't want. So the way to do this is, अगर first name आया, मतलब अगर ये आया तो ठीक है, and अगर ये आया, अब क्या रन होगा? Can someone say?
भैया अगर ट्रू होगा तो चेक करेगा कि दूसरा कंडीशन क्या हो रहा है.
Yes, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि इसका रिजल्ट क्या आएगा, ट्रू आएगा या फॉल्स आएगा. कोई एक ही आ सकता है, राइट? या तो ट्रू आएगा या false आएगा.
फॉल्स आएगा भैया. फॉल्स आएगा.
Okay, so Roshan is saying false आएगा. Anyone else?
false.
false आएगा रोहित,
फॉल्स आएगा सर.
false आएगा because हमने and operator use किया. So basically it's a so basically this is how JavaScript engine works. What I'm trying to show you is how the JavaScript engine interprets things. Okay, if you give it a string with some values in it, then it will take it as a true. If you give a string but no value in it, it will take it as a false, which it should not, right? String is a string. So this is one more concept, and the last concept that I wanted to discuss today is comparison operator, जिसका मैंने quiz दिया था. So let's talk about that. Okay, now this will be fun. This will be fun. मैंने इसी के ऊपर quiz दिया था. 5 double equals to 5. मैं इसके लिए यहाँ पे नहीं दिखाऊंगा because यहाँ result आ जाएगा. So I'll just go to my code editor. Yeah. Okay, मैं अपने code editor पे आ गया and I am in my script.js. इस फंक्शन को रन नहीं करते हैं ताकि कंसोल क्लियर रहे. Let me type console log 5 string of 5 equals 5. Can someone say ये true आएगा या false आएगा?
ट्रू आएगा.
ये true आएगा. Okay. Anyone else?
True only, I think. JavaScript is like a very, like it will try to fit in all combinations before throwing an error.
It will try to fit in all combinations, so true आएगा. Okay, that's a pretty good explanation. So let me run it, and as you have guessed, correct, true ही आएगा. Okay, true आया. But if I had done the same thing in Python, has anyone coded in Python? So let me see.
False.
False आएगा,
Python
right?
में false आएगा.
Python में false आएगा. तो मैं Python के अंदर हूँ. I'm trying to check if string of 5 equals number of 5. So क्या आया? False आया. ठीक है? So that's Python. But in JavaScript it's true. So what is the way to check? What is the proper way to check then? Because I want to check if some values are equal, right? And this is not this will not do my job.
Type of.
What should I do?
Type of.
Type of will give me what is the type. So then I have to do two things. If they are equal, which will give me true, but still I don't know if the values are true because types can be different. Then the second thing I have to do is, what is the type of? If the type of 5 equals type of 5, correct? I have to do two things in order to compare two stuff. So is that the way? There must be a better way, correct? So what is the better way? Anyone who has coded in JavaScript, he should know at least. Roshan.
The if else.
No. I am saying that what is the better way to compare two values in JavaScript? Because when I try to do this, it is giving me true, which I know that this is not true.
Oh,
It's a string. It's a yeah.
we are triple equal to here. Triple equal to.
Okay. So he's saying that triple equal to. Okay. So if I do this now, the result will be different. Now it's a false. So what is happening here is when you give double equal to na, JavaScript is doing actually two things. Remember, it is not just comparing the stuff. It is doing two things. Before comparing, it is doing something called type conversion or type conversion. It is saying that, hey, I am trying to compare two values, but one of them is string and the other is number. That is not a right comparison. I think the user wants me to help him. Okay, JavaScript thinks that we want JavaScript to help us. So what it will do is it will try to convert this string to a number. It will convert the string to a number and say that, oh, 5, can I convert it to a number? Yes, of course. 5 will become int of 5. So are both equal? Yes. So it will just give us true. But when we do this, then it means that strict equality. It strictly checks if the values are equal as well as the type. Okay. It will not just check the value, but also the type. So this is something you need to be aware of while coding in JavaScript. Always and always use triple equal to. Never use double equal to. So yeah, now the last thing that I wanted to discuss is like the guidelines. Number one is avoid writing global variables, and we saw the reason why you should avoid writing global variables. Number two is don't forget to write your var, let, or const, because this is my function and I have declared the value with var. What if you don't give anything? What will happen? Does anybody know? What if I don't give a var or let or const? Will it throw an error? Let's check. Let's run it. All right. So I'll clear the screen and I'll try to run it. And it doesn't throw any error. Sorry. I have to run this. Yeah. So it is saying Windows not defined. Yeah, I'm sorry because we are not in browser. So let's do that. So just to recap, I am defining a variable my name, but there is no var, let, or const keyword. It is just my name equals to a value, and then I'm trying to access it inside of this function. And my question is, will it throw an error? Because I have not declared it using any of the declaration way that we have learned, and it doesn't throw any error. The error that it throws is for this one, which we are trying to print outside of it. So let me just comment that because we don't want to deal with that logic now. So will it throw any error? And the answer is it will not throw any error. So what exactly happened? Can someone just go through this? I have declared a variable without any keyword. What exactly happened? What is this? What is the scope of this variable? We know when we use var, it is a function scope. When it is let, it's a block scope. Const block scope. What is the
Yeah,
scope
I
of it?
think it will go. It will become global variable.
Okay, so he's saying that it will become global variable. Anybody else?
नो सर एक्चुअली वेयर ले सकता है वेयर एज अ वेयर
ओके, रोहित बोल रहे हैं कि जावास्क्रिप्ट उसको एज अ var ट्रीट करेगा, राइट? लाइक इंटरनली वो ऐसा कर देगा. ओके, सो अगर वो इंटरनली ऐसा कर देगा और अगर मैं इसका वैल्यू इसके बाहर एक्सेस करना चाहूँ तो विल आई बी एबल टू, लाइक इफ आई ट्राई टू एक्सेस इट हियर, उस फंक्शन के बाहर अगर मैं इसका वैल्यू एक्सेस करना चाहूँ विल आई बी एबल टू?
सर
व्हाट इज
नो
इट?
आइडिया सर कोई
नो आइडिया. आइडिया तो रहना पड़ेगा ना.
So भैया
अब
बाहर बाहर तो हम लोग एक्सेस नहीं कर
बाहर
पाएंगे.
तो वैसे भी वेयर के साथ भी नहीं कर पाते सर अगर हमने
var के
फंक्शन के
साथ.
अंदर
हाँ
अगर
बताओ
हमने
बताओ
वेयर
बताओ.
के फंक्शन के अंदर डिक्लेयर कर रखा है तो बाहर तो हम वैसे भी एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते उसको
तो मैं इसके बाहर एक्सेस करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, तो ये क्या ये पॉसिबल है?
नहीं भैया
नो
पॉसिबल नहीं है.
रेफरेंस एरर आएगा सर
ठीक है, तो मेरे को क्या आना चाहिए? रेफरेंस एरर. ठीक है, तो चलो डाउट क्लियर कर लेते हैं. आना चाहिए मेरे को रेफरेंस एरर, मेरे को ये दिखना नहीं चाहिए ये कंसोल लॉग. ठीक है, मैं ये कंसोल लॉग को फिलहाल कमेंट कर देता हूँ ताकि सिर्फ एक ही. क्या मुझे रेफरेंस एरर आ रहा है?
नहीं सर दिख तो रहा नहीं है
मेरे को रेफरेंस एरर नहीं आ रहा है, मेरे को वैल्यू उसका मिल रहा है जो कि मैंने इसको डिक्लेयर कहाँ पे किया है? इसको मैंने डिक्लेयर किया है यहाँ पे ऐड के अंदर. देखो कहीं पे भी पूरा कोड में कहीं भी ये डिफाइंड नहीं है, राइट? मैंने इसको डिक्लेयर किया ऐड के अंदर, मैं इसको एक्सेस कर रहा हूँ ऐड के बाहर और मुझे वो वैल्यू दिख रहा है. व्हाट हैपेंड?
तो ऐसा ग्लोबल जा रहा होगा जैसे विंडो में जाता है सर नोड जेएस में आई थिंक
करेक्ट. सो ये बन गया मेरा ग्लोबल वेरिएबल, which is the worst thing any programmer can do. Mistakenly creating global variables, polluting the global namespace. I think you must have heard about all these terms: polluting global scope, global namespace, creating global variables, right? So whenever you just miss this, like अगर कोई python programmer javascript पे आ रहा है because Python में कुछ concept नहीं है, right? var let const, you just give the value, you just give the name of the variable and just give the value. So अगर वैसा कोई हैबिट किसी ने बनाया हुआ है तो वो ग्लोबल नेम स्पेस को पूरी तरह से पोल्यूट कर देगा जावास्क्रिप्ट में आके, because when you don't give any key it becomes global. Okay, it is just global, anyone can access it from anywhere. So that is the reason why I said that don't forget to write your var let or const, always mention at least any one of it. इसको नहीं करके भी वैल्यूज बनाया जा सकता है, just to know. Okay, so this was the beginning session for JavaScript. I hope you got some good points out of it and got to understand how it works. So any
बहुत बढ़िया था। नो सर, बहुत बढ़िया था, मतलब काफी सारी चीजें डिक्लेयर मतलब सॉर्ट आउट हो गई, काफी कुछ नया सीखने को मिला। ये वेयर का तो नया ही देखा मैंने, मतलब बिना उसके भी डिक्लेयर हो जाता है, ये तो मुझे पता ही नहीं था।
करेक्ट, जावास्क्रिप्ट वेड है, अजीब है, बट देखो इसी के साथ सब लोग कर रहे हैं काम, है ना? बहुत, ये इनफैक्ट VS कोड जो ये अपना चल रहा है वो भी जावास्क्रिप्ट से ही चल रहा है। सो ऐसा नहीं है कि
बहुत अच्छी चीज है सर जावास्क्रिप्ट तो। मुझे तो सबसे इजी लगी सब प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, सबसे इजी जावास्क्रिप्ट लगी, आई डोंट नो व्हाई।
या करेक्ट, इजी है, बट थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो जाता है जब तुम जाओगे एसिंक्रोनस प्रोग्रामिंग में, जो कि रोशन बोल रहा था। एसिंक्रोनस प्रोग्रामिंग इन जावास्क्रिप्ट इज वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड एंड बिकॉज वी डोंट नो द एक्चुअल फ्लो कि हो कहाँ रहा है, कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है। जब हम सेट टाइम आउट यूज
हाँ
कर रहे हैं
सर,
तो वो सेट टाइम आउट जा कर
हाँ
रहा है
सर,
आगे।
क्या कर रहा है सर वो सेट टाइम आउट, वो देता ही नहीं है, मतलब मिलियन, मतलब कुछ ज्यादा बड़ा कोड हो गया तो वो सेट टाइम आउट बर्बाद हो गया।
ठीक है, so what exactly is happening with that? So those are a little bit of advanced topics, so that's the reason why we did not discuss. We could have, but since beginner people joined it, so we didn't. I hope this session was helpful. Thank you so much for joining, and
थैंक यू सर,
we'll see you on the next session. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू सर।